In this video, I'm going to teach you how to divide and conquer giant 3D printing projects with one click. Very simple. My name is Doğan and I'm your 3D printing doctor. Let's go through this journey together to make this big boy. I'm very curious how heavy this thing is. So let's do the final calculation and see it together. So it's 0 pounds now. Let's put it on. It's not touching anywhere else. Let's lift it up. Now it should tell us 19.6 pounds. Ow. Ouch. Poked me. 19.6 pounds means I use 8.8 kilos filaments just on this one. I use Polymaker PLA Pro metallic blue color and 10 rolls of this gone to that beautiful creature. Another important ingredient that I use for this project is 3D Gloop PLA bonding agent. I use 2 bottles to glue and bond that thing. When I first started this project, I was going to 3D print it with Elegoo Orange Storm Giga, 1 meter tall. If you look at the scaling dynamics, it's 1 meter tall. And I was going to use 1 millimeter nozzle diameter, 0.5 millimeter layer height, with support obviously. When I look at the entire thing, like even my computer glitches, but most importantly, this was going to take solid 7 days. And I couldn't trust it, to be honest with you, to pull a print in 7 days. And worst comes worst, the filament detection will fail, I guess, and entire thing was going to be dead. So I decided to use divide and conquer technique. What you're looking at is my dragon head in the splitter beta software. What is splitter, if you may ask? It splits large STLs into smaller interlocking parts, which is the most important thing about the software. So what you can do, you can first prepare the model, you can repair, scale, auto shell, which we'll talk about later, and you click pre-split, you will see where the part is. So I'm not going to repair or scale my part because it is what it is right now, and then we will do pre-split, split, an exploded view. So I just drag and then drop my dragon head in here. What I'm going to click is one button which is pre-split. So whenever you click on that button, what happens is it divides it into coordinate zones. You can see the planes. These are how the dragon head is going to cut with these planes, with these cubical planes, okay? And you can literally see the lines in here regarding how it's going to get cut. Before we go on, I selected my printer from here. You can use any printer size. So this is going to cut the dragon head for my Bambu Lab X1 fleet. Then we will use all the parts accordingly. The other really good thing is you can select the type of tenons. I'm going to go female and male. And the tenon type, I'm going to go to pyramid. And more importantly, you can select the clearance of these pyramids in Z and X and Y, which I'm going to keep them default right now. They will float my boat, but I use this based on my printer fleet that I'm going to use. By using arrow keys, you can see I'm moving the planes. You can see the orange planes are going. So these are going to be the cut points of the dragon head. Right now I'm going to move it this way so I can get less small pieces. After you collect that, you basically click split model. This is the one click part, and you basically select where you want it to be saved. And I clicked on it, and now it's just going to split it, and we are going to wait until it's been split. Now I'm going to speed forward this because depending on your computer's power, this is going to take different minutes. Meanwhile, what I'm going to tell you is this is not a slicer. It's only splits the big object. It accepts STL and OBJ files. Add-ons are required for step file or 3MF file. And right now it only works on Windows computer, no Mac, Linux, but they are coming. I forgot to record myself on the screen while I'm talking. Just one click and split and sip of some tea. Now our splitting operation is finished. By clicking the L from the keyboard, you can literally get rid of from the label so we can see it better. Now they are gone. Now I'm clicking the E button to explode it to see the entire dragon exploded. Look at it. Everything opened up. There's no way you will lose your parts because all the parts are labeled based on the coordinate system. This is the most beautiful thing about this software too. It makes your job very easy. Look at it. This is 2.2.11 and I know what it is and where it's gonna go because naming convention. When you look at the naming convention over here, you can literally see that everything is explained here. So X position, Y position, and Z position, column, row, and height. 000-1 is basically first block at the origin. 1001 is one step in the X, Z, Y, and Z. 2301, two steps in the X, three steps in the Y at the base level. And 0122, second geometry found in the cut position of X0, Y1, Z2. You can basically create 42,000 unique positions, which means that you can add up to go to 42,000 pieces. I don't think we will do that. This one is the object 2.131. This one is object 2.1.2.1. This one is 211, and the other one is going to be 2101. So the third number is changing for this region because you're in the third number regioning. Yeah, this is my entire dragon split into 52 pieces and ready to be printed. And everything actually explains in their help document if you are getting confused or anything like that. And all the documentation of the help are in here that you read and learn, which makes your job very easy. Another question you are going to ask, which I ask myself, is where is the connectors? Because they are not going to be in the exported file. They are going to be under your splitter document, wherever you install the splitter, and there's something called connectors, and your connectors are in here. Connectors are the same for any STL files that you are going to cut with. You just need to adjust the tolerances and XYZ. I used Pyramid, so I'm going to use this one and print many of those. They made something new, something different, right after I finished the project, which is the shell feature. So if you click this button over here, it creates an automatic shell system. So the entire interior of the giant head is empty. It will make you spend less filament. So I could have made this lower weight, but it didn't work out that way. I was faster than they could bring out the auto shell feature. Now the shell is applied, then we are going to and then click split again, and we're going to wait for this progress. So right now what you're looking is shelled version of our dragon. Saves ton of material. I'm a little bit sad that I didn't have this feature when I was first doing this. Look at the interior. Look at this one. See, entire interior is empty. So it's not a block, it's more like carved out inside. That probably could have saved me a couple kilograms of materials, to be honest with you. But yeah, that is a good feature to keep in mind for the next big project that you might be doing with this software. I imported all 52 pieces into my Bambu Studio, and this monstrosity is going to take 13 days long print time. Since I'm going to use 6 3D printers, we're gonna get it this done in 3 days. Really quick, I'm gonna show you my fleet. Gandalf, Aragorn, Boromir, Gimli, Legolas, and Sauron over here. For this project, I use 5 X1Cs and 1 H2D from Bambu Lab as my fleet. The face. Look at the face. It's gonna be sick. It is coming. I mean, I'm in love with this filament. Look at it. This is the first failure. I was waiting when this is going to fail. This failed. No. I mean, this piece did not fail technically. This piece is correct. But this piece, oh my god. This piece failed somehow and caused more failures. I lost electricity and this one did not recover. Yeah, it just wants me to reprint it now. This became our second failure of this project. If you look at the numbers, out of 54 prints, only 2 pieces failed. This one, because there was like a floating cantilever, and this one, and electricity went out, right? I say this was a really good success rate. Since I printed all the parts, I am now starting to install these diamonds and using 3D Gloop to stabilize the horn in place. And it's very easy with the labels and everything to find which piece goes to where. And as you can see, I'm literally putting the horn very easily together. Entire thing is speeded forward, but wait for it. Right now all the parts are on the table. I removed all the support materials from them. Let's finish assembling in the garden, because this will require significant amount of 3D glue and I need well ventilation for that. And I'm going to use this syringe to get the 3D gloop in and then glue those over there. Alright, here is the gloop. Let's gloop gloop. And here is my gloop. This is going to be better to deposit for us. We're gonna attach it like this. To do that, and we just keep it like this for a couple seconds and it will solidify. And see, this is 1211 the piece number. And I'm gonna fill these grooves with droplets of the 3D gloop, and then we're gonna push these in, right? Then we're gonna use this piece 1311 over it like this. But before that, I'm gonna deposit more gloop, not towards the corners because they're gonna get squeezed. I don't want them to melt all the way. And then we're gonna put this one on just like this. For the alignment perspective, I'm gonna put my finger to the back of it right here and here, and just like gently push the corners for the next 10 seconds so that it can be stabilized really nicely. You know who are David Tobin, the producer of 3D printing nerd. So I need to go open that door. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see if this is going to align well or not.
Yeah. Whoa! Look at this.
Yeah. So David is here now. If you wanna say hi to camera.
Hello.
It's still recording.
Oh, is it? Should I come over here and just say hi real quickly?
Yeah.
Hi everybody, nice to see you.
Where are you gonna put it?
Actually, this is for my friends, so that's their problem after I finish this. But I just need to finish it. This is going to hold it. So this is like the face, right? So
Yeah.
I'm trying to put it together. And this is in collaboration with a software company called Splitter. Slicer is a different one.
Okay, wait, what is it? Are they the ones who designed it?
They are the ones who designed the software. So basically you can put any big 3D print into their software and it splits it for you into many pieces.
That would have been super helpful for the project we're doing on it. Joel took hours to do that recently.
Yeah.
We're making a 300% scale Galactus right now.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are like, these guys are from Kickstarter campaign. So you
Okay.
put the object into the software,
Yeah.
and then you select which machines you are going to print it, and it cuts you into the pieces in frame. This is like divided into 52 pieces. So for example, look at it.
Yeah.
Every piece is like marked with the numbers, coordinates.
Oh,
So
wow.
I know which one is going where.
It automatically adds that in?
It automatically adds it. Automatically adds these holes into.
Oh
and
my.
It automatically generates these diamonds pieces that I align everything. I just need to sit down here, put 3D glue and make everything happen.
Too little, too late. I wish I knew about that a month ago.
I need to hold it like couple seconds like this, 10 to 20 seconds more like it. I had to give a break because I hang out with the David Tobin. Hi David. He just left. So we are back, that's why sun is low, less sunshine and less shadow on this video now. These things up here. Alright, maybe you can tell from the weather, this has been almost a half a day long project. Like this big. 52 pieces, I'm still assembling it. There's a little bit left, which is the top. There are some opening cracks which needs to be fixed probably, but so far so good. I'm gonna attach the head as the one of the last biggest piece. Then we're gonna do final adjustments, and then this project will be done. Like this. So it's big, it's pretty big, humongous dragon head. This is pointy and big and heavy, so look at it. This is a giant dragon head. 3D print time is around like 13 days if I remember correctly, and 52 pieces. And this was possible with the splitter 3D. I split everything into the pieces, diamonds, coordinate system, everything's great, and I'm already tired. And now my friend Nick needs to pick this one up, and he's going to paint it and sand it, and it's going to look awesome, and he's going to hang it. I don't know how, but this thing is heavy. This is the face and the horn, pointy, big, all those scales and everything. This is a giant dragon head. Look at the mouth. Like my hand fits in there. It's pretty big. Of course, like there are attachment points that needs to be sanded and filled so that we don't see those, but yeah, the entire thing is done. Let me zoom out a little bit. And I believe it's going to look like this when we hang it upside down. And this is a giant dragon head is completed with 52 pieces. I think this is a really good YouTube thumbnail. Wow. This beautiful dragon head design sculpted by Rescale Miniatures, Lord of the Prince. They have two names, or maybe they changed the name, I don't totally remember. But it's designed by Rescale Miniatures at this point, I guess. And this is a purchased model, so we got it purchased. It's not sponsored, but since they did a really amazing job here, I'm putting their links down below as well to support their work. To emphasize its size, I'm going to do the exit of the video like this. It is pretty big, it's huge, but with only one click achieved by the software called Splitter, I was able to make this with minimum effort. I divided this giant 3D print into 52 pieces and 3D printed with my Bambu Lab fleet under 3 days and glued everything with 3D Gloop by using the Filament from Polymaker 3D. And yes, this project is completed. Now I'm going to give it to my friend to take it home. He wants to make it like a wall attachment art piece. I think it's going to look good. The back side of it is flat, so it's going to get attached like that. And yeah, this is going to be an amazing art piece. And this is the end. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope I deliver what I promised throughout this entire long form YouTube video. So don't forget to subscribe. It is free. It's really good motivation for me to continue what I'm doing in here. So feel free to click that button and hit the notification bell so guys you can be aware of the next video that is upcoming. Yeah, I'm your 3D printing doctor, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next video.